There's an opportunity here for you to rethink your business and your focus to get to a real state of fulfillment, potentially growing down your client count, potentially going up market to a higher caliber client, and taking into consideration where the flow is going. Hey, this is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. A gentleman by the name of Mihai Csikszentmihalyi wrote a great book called Flow. His name's a mouthful. He's a fascinating Hungarian gentleman. If you're a fan of Carl Jung, you'll really like Flow. In fact, I had a golf pro who told me not too long ago that as I'm ready to swing and hit the ball, and even applying it to tennis, just say the word flow just to correct your tempo. And it's actually quite effective. Now, you've heard the expression, right? Go with the flow. And I mean, that implies that we're easygoing, we're accepting, and that can serve us well. But in business, that can mean that we're potentially a bit rudderless. So Mihai talks about being in a state of flow, which is deliberate, it's intentional, it's self-aware. And it's great personally, but also professionally. Now, while I'm thinking about it, Mihai does a TED Talk where he actually provides a checklist so you can assess if you're in a state of flow. So going with the flow, being in a state of flow, think about this professionally. You've heard the expression, work to your heart's content. There's an opportunity here for you to rethink your business and your focus to get to a real state of fulfillment, potentially growing down your client count, potentially going up market to a higher caliber client, and taking into consideration where the flow is going. And by that, I'm talking about demography and money in motion based on the next generation. The numbers are huge. I'd like you to consider positioning yourself as an authority and making yourself more attractive to very attractive clients, like first generation business owners and family enterprise. The complexity of needs is fascinating. The impact you have on someone's life is immense. And the personal fulfillment of impacting several generations in a family is unbelievable, let alone the advocacy within the family tree and beyond. The alignment of interests based on what they need and what you can provide is incredible. Now, I'm telling you this partially because Tom Deans, who wrote the book, Every Family's Business, he and I are doing a webinar on how to attract family business owners. I'd love you to consider carving out some time to view that. And if you can't get that to work with your schedule, we'll be archiving it on our knowledge bank. But it's a deep dive on how to get ahead of developing needs and how to identify unmet needs within that target market. It's powerful. Tom and I have talked about it. We've got our track laid out. We cover some really essential content that you can translate into results. It's staggering, the number of business owners who don't even have a will. I mean, it's easy to do. It's just easier not to because they've been so busy and have had their heads down. We've already got advisors who have made this shift and are starting to go deeper with family business owners. In fact, some of them are already doing family meetings virtually, of course, online, and they're becoming very skilled at that, right? With their slides and drawing on the screen, and some are using smart boards to add vibrance and a dynamic energy to their presentation. There's never a better time to talk to a family and for a family to talk within about money. I mean, just the other day, I had a conversation with my two kids about taxes. I mean, it starts with the joke, right? That the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance is about 7 years. But I asked my kids to guess how much our family pays in taxes every year. They weren't even close. And then we just talked about the various levels of taxation and what it is and what it does. And it's shocking to them. And I can't believe I've gone that long before having that conversation. So master as a proof of concept, a soft launch, using technology online to have these presentations and these meetings. I mean, some advisors are even organizing Uber Eats and delivery services so that they can still share a meal with a client and their family virtually while they have this panoramic and all-encompassing conversation. And again, it's positioned as part of the process. With your existing business owner clients, start to reframe the relationship and reintroduce yourself using our 7 pillars, 1 process approach. Tell them that there's parts of your process that aren't relevant to them yet, but they'll grow into the process. Tell them that you'll engage other service providers into the process so the client has the complete picture. Use the language. Tell them that there's a reason why you work with business owners, because the complexity of needs, it's just a good fit. Tell them why that you have 2nd and 3rd and 4th generation clients, because that's part of the process. Tell them why there's a reason you only accept new clients who are introduced to you, because you've made the decision to be all things to some people rather than all things to all people. You're growing, but through scarcity. Go up market, not just for what it gets you, for what it makes of you, what it reveals in that development personally and professionally. Hopefully you can attend our webinar or view it online afterwards. You can make the transition from managing through this to emerging from this and being better than ever. Okay, so again, look forward to that webinar with Tom Deans. And until next time, this is Duncan MacPherson with Pareto Systems. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day.